Three or four key trends came out of the mBillionth Awards in Delhi last week. One of the key trends was that while there were innovations in lots of sectors, one of the sectors which didn't see a lot of interesting projects was the education category. While we're still hopeful that maybe in next year's awards we'll see more new ideas, this year it wasn't so hot. Another one of the trends that came out was while India has adopted the mobile phone quite aggressively and the growth has been quite exponential over the last few years, we still lag behind Japan in many areas, and both in terms of social and other applications, we still have a lot of ground to catch up on. Finally, at least some of the experts said that while competition may be driving down prices, competition also makes the sector very fertile for a lot of interesting innovations by both large and small app developers and telecom operators.
In this sector, I see a lot of innovation in the business and entrepreneurship sector. I see a lot of innovation in the area of governance. I see a lot of innovation in the area of voice-driven thing, obviously, because of the obvious nature. What I was disappointed was that in the education and learning it is less. Maybe obvious because it's very difficult to solve the educational curriculum-oriented issues with the mobile at the moment, unless mobile becomes fully convergent medium. So that may be a little disappointing. But what is very good the entire thing learning is that unlike in other sector, mobile companies, the vast companies who have already become a little big in this sector, they are nurturing new entrepreneurs. They are not hesitating in investment at all. They are individually picking up companies, investing them, acquiring them, merging with them. That is a trend that I don't see very often in any other industry.
What I would say is India got off to a slow start. Japan, for instance, was way ahead about 10 years ago. China began to take off about 5 years back. But now it's India's turn. And I think India is putting its own stamp on this whole mobile equation. We're showing how even humble SMS can be pushed so far with the very well-designed applications. We are showing that there's much more to this than just data also. There's also voice, especially in rural areas. And a lot of stuff is now happening through government agencies. We are seeing very good bottom-up initiatives from municipal and state governments without top-down initiatives necessarily coming from the central government. So this grassroots initiative is very heartening to see. Outside, we're seeing a lot of very good cooperation between governments and operators and the private sector. So that's just beginning now in South Asia. We should trickle down much more and accelerate certain ecosystems. Also outside India, the interface design has been a very hot area of innovation, such as the iPhone, iPad, etc. We are still a bit slow on that front, but I think even with the current expansion in SMS and basic voice, there's a lot of room for expansion. And I think once this whole Google versus Apple, etc. thing stabilizes a bit, then India still will come again.
India is one of the hottest markets around the world. If you add 15, 16, 17 million connections a month, that's obviously something which is, it's just a revolution. Because if you go to Europe, this is double the size of population in one single country. You add just in 1 month here in India in terms of mobile subscriptions. So the market is very, very dynamic, and what one needs now in terms of following the connectivity revolution, you need a content revolution. And there we need especially services and content offerings which are localized from the start, so that they are using some of the 500 languages of India and not just English.
My favorite was one called Nepal Wireless from Nepal. What they have done is that on the 6,000 feet, they have created a wireless community. Can you believe it? And not one, but at least 50, 60 villages have been totally wireless. They are all connected. They are connecting internet. They are doing internet. They are doing transactions. They are paying by credit card. That is going to be the next step I foresee. So that's where the future is, the wireless community. So this award, I should say, that should also be called or incorporate mobile, wireless, WiMAX, Wi-Fi all together.